If we're just gonna slap a X in front of he, or just put an X in the middle of Mr. or Alright, so it seems like Adin Ross is being attacked again on the internet. And now a lot of people are beginning to think that he's transphobic. Now, is this all a slip of the tongue? Or is everyone just twisting and turning everything and trying to make Adin look like the bad guy at the end of the day? And it all starts with this clip.
Z, Zem, Zir, and Zirs. I would refer to mixed cogdill. Mixed C is my teacher. Z
so cringe, bro.
I don't think I would want my kid in this class. Am I reactionary? I wonder if Nathan has
Listen, bro. So all you guys that get to pick your pronouns, my pronouns is /them, okay? Y'all are making the world a shitty place, bro. I'm gonna call you either a guy or a girl. I'm not calling you by a cat, by a turtle.
And yes, he said his pronouns were /them, so of course people who go by pronouns and want to be addressed with specific pronouns are not going to take too kindly to that, because they're going to take offense thinking that Adin Ross wants them to be killed. Pretty crazy if I do say so myself, honestly. When it comes to pronouns, I don't really care about them, nor do I really acknowledge them, to be honest, and I personally believe that if anyone does have a problem with pronouns, this, that, and the third, I do feel like if someone wants to be addressed a certain way, they have the right to be addressed whatever they want to be addressed as. Like in the video when Adin said if someone wants to be addressed as a turtle, if they want to identify as a camera, okay, that person wants to be a camera, but really, in my eyes, I do not see them as a camera. I'm going to see them as a human being no matter what. All right. With that being said, I'm just not going to associate with them. If they want to be that, they can be that. It's all in their head. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. And the same should go for an individual's body. It is their body. It's their rules. It's the way they want to live. It's what they want to do. And so they can do that. But I won't dig too deep into that because, you know, that's a discussion for another day. I will say one last thing. This entire pronoun agenda I think is really stupid because honestly, there should be no need for pronouns when everyone has a name that they can go by. Rather than addressing someone by their pronoun, they should just address them by their name, and I think that also just avoids a lot of confusion. Because let's be honest, if I'm not even gonna go as far as to knowing your name, I am definitely not gonna know or even think about what is in your pants. Regardless of gender, pronoun, being a fucking turtle, being a camera, at the end of the day, we're all human. And nothing is ever gonna change that simple fact. And with that being said, everyone should be respected and treated as equal human beings. If Ezekiel wants to be Elizabeth, they are a person just like me, and that doesn't ultimately matter. And this is where the main controversy of what Adin Ross is saying really comes into fruition, because again, does a person deserve death for being what they want to be? Fuck no. That's like me being put on the chopping block for wanting to be a successful YouTuber, a father, or even a soccer player. And gender would be no different because those people simply want to be what they want to be. With that being said, there's even more to this, and there's also consideration of Adin Ross talking about quitting all of his work that he's been doing on social media.
Yo, what's going on, guys? My throat is very messed up. I've been sick. I've been under the weather, trying to get rest. I just made this video. Look, man, I get it's April 1st. This is not no April Fool's. I don't know if you guys been seeing what's going on. I've been getting canceled lately. So I'm just sick and tired of everything going on, man. I also want to say it's really amazing that Top G and Tristan are finally released like they should be. You know, let's hope the case gets dropped now because they can't find evidence. But the real reason why you're on this video is true, bro. I'm retiring. I'm quitting. Everything, bro. It's just the internet is such a negative place, such a negative space. And I just can't keep going anymore, bro. Like, this thing, it's just horrible. Like, it eats me alive. Every day I have to wake up and see something negative on the net. And it just pisses me off. And it just drains me completely. I don't even want to get out of bed some days. And it just makes me severely depressed.
After watching this, yes, I can definitely understand why he'd want to quit because I do agree when it comes to being online, there's a lot of negative things, but that's also due to a lot of different reasons because if you look at a lot of different things or if you're negative, all those negative things will come back in your feed. When I go on things such as social media, I do my best to filter myself and I don't end up seeing a lot of crazy things that most people normally see. It is very annoying because when we're on social media, we are sometimes filled in a funnel and categorized into seeing things that we may or may not want to see. When it comes to this clip, there are people taking it out of context and not watching or showing the full entire clip.
It's not no April Fool's. I don't know if you guys been seeing what's going on. I've been getting canceled lately. So I'm just sick and tired of everything going on, man. I also want to say it's really amazing that Top G and Tristan are finally released like they should be. You know, let's hope the case gets dropped now because they can't find evidence. But the real reason why you're on this video is true, bro. I'm retiring. I'm quitting. everything, bro. It's just the internet is such a negative place, such a negative space, and I just can't keep going anymore, bro. Like, this thing, it's just horrible. Like, it eats me alive every day. I have to wake up and see something negative on the net, and it just pisses me off, and it just
Cap. Another narcissistic cry for attention. Hey, everybody, look at me. I call 100% cap on this. He's not wrong. The internet sucks, okay? It's a cesspool of negativity, especially Twitter, okay? I'm not going to lie to him. He just happens to be one of the major sources of it.
Although he does talk about quitting, he also does mention April Fool's being a thing, so he reassures everyone that he's actually not quitting.
You know, so with that being said, man, it is April Fool's. I will never quit. I love everyone. I'm going to show you guys June 1st my body because I'm still in the gym. I'm still working on myself. And you guys are going to see the ultimate transformation. Excuse me. I love you guys all. All right? Keep going. We're not even halfway done with the year. Keep going. 2020, 2023. It's not even halfway done. If you haven't started your journey, start it now. I love you all, man.
And a lot of people are not literally getting this point across, and they're all just misconstruing the story and making Adin look a lot worse than what he really is. And yeah, that really does shine a lot more light onto why he would actually not want to be on social media anymore. And I can definitely understand that, because if people are going to take all of his clips out of context and make it look worse off than what it is, then obviously that's also showing him from his perspective that social media is very negative. But then again, I also think that is all in line with what you do on social media. I don't mean to really shit on his fan base or anything like that, but they give me the impression that they're very edgy and unhinged, and they really like out-of-pocket jokes. So it's not really too crazy to come to that conclusion. Because after all, in Adin's apology, he does say that the entire kill/them is a joke. Then again, this could just be backpedaling. Let me know what you guys think. Also, don't forget to like the video and definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button for me. Because after all, he starts off the apology saying that he's not sorry in the first couple of seconds.
There's a clip, if you guys want to talk about, there's a clip on Twitter that's been ongoing on all these blog places of basically something I said about offending some type of group of people. And I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for absolutely nothing. Okay? I'm Adin Ross, and Adin Ross is going to say what the f he says.
And then he does eventually dig into it.
I love everyone, you know? And I'm not really trying to go back to that, but y'all know damn well how I feel about that community. I love that community, okay? I wasn't coming directly at trans people, gay people. I was coming at people that, with these pronouns, and they refer to themselves as like dogs and shit. Those people I was coming at. I wasn't coming at anybody that was a part, you know what I'm saying? That's all it was, but...
Because really, is he just saying this just to get all the heat off of his back, or does he actually mean it? Because honestly, when it came to that kill them clip, because he does say that they're making the world a shitty place, but to be honest, in his defense, he wasn't really saying anything about trans people.
So all you guys that get to pick your pronouns, my pronouns is /them, okay? Y'all are making the world a shitty place, bro. I'm gonna call you either a guy or a girl. I'm not calling you by a cat, by a turtle.
And this is where I think people are actually blowing up what he's saying, because you know how he, in the clip, he does mention that he's talking about people who want to identify as fucking, as a turtle or a cat. You know, that's what he says when we're quoting him, but I will admit, given the context of the video.
Z, Zem, Zir, and Zirs, outer fur to mixed cogdill. Mixed C is my teacher. Z
So cringe, bro.
They're talking about Mr. or Miss or him or her, but they're putting an X in front of, you know, mixed cogdill, as the video is saying. Or when they're saying he is actually Z. Given the context of the Destiny clip in of itself, it definitely does look like this man Adin is coming at trans people. But really, I will admit, I don't think he's coming at trans people. I think he's coming at the pronouns in of themselves. Because he is actually directly talking about the people who pick their pronouns. He's not actually coming out and saying something about trans people. I'd say it's more or less coming at the people who are taking this pronoun thing and turning it into something it doesn't need to be altogether. Because when it comes to this clip, if someone's trying to identify as something, if we're just gonna slap a f***ing X in front of he, or just put an X in the middle of Mr. or Mrs., how the f*** is anyone supposed to know what anybody is? It just completely defeats the purpose of this pronoun in the first place. So I will definitely say that I do think that a lot of people are actually taking a lot of these Adin Ross clips out of context, because after actually going out there and watching all of the clips, I am confident that he's not actually attacking trans people with his statements, but instead the people that are turning pronouns into something that they don't ultimately need to be. But I will admit, it does not help his case when he's starting off his apology and he's joking about it, because people are just taking this same clip out of context and making him look bad.
I said something. There's a clip, if you guys want to talk about, there's a clip on Twitter that's been ongoing on all these blog places of basically something I said about offending some type of group of people. And I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for absolutely nothing. Okay? I'm Adin Ross, and Adin Ross is going to say what the he says.
Corny.
A lot of people are just seeing a Twitter post and running with it rather than actually seeing what the Adin says in an actual video. So when Adin is saying that a lot of people are just taking him out of context and jumping to their own conclusions and ultimately just making him look bad, it's actually pretty true.
All jokes, you know what I'm saying? Everything gets taken out of context. They see a clip, they're like, oh, wow. I'm gonna be honest, from a perspective that if you don't watch me, you might see some shit, you might be like, oh wow, like that, what he said right there, damn, like, you know?
And honestly, it's just kind of sad to watch, man, because a lot of people are just on the internet tearing someone up just for some fucking clout. And of course, I'm guilty of that too, because I will admit, as a YouTuber and as a commentator, we're just gonna jump at the opportunity, but I'm gonna at least do my best to try and understand every perspective, man. But when it comes to Adin not liking the internet because it's such a negative space, really, all in all, I think he does need to realize that in a way, he also does contribute to that negative space in of itself, even if he says terrible things that he does not mean, even if it's a joke. If you see my last video covering Adin Ross, you'll know exactly what I mean by this. He brought a neo-Nazi on his stream, and granted that he was trying to have an intellectual conversation with him, he did open a fucking cesspool of hatred that informed a lot of people about things that they really shouldn't have known about. Like me, myself, I learned about National Hate Jews Day, and that would have never been a thing if he didn't try and bring the light. When you try and bring the light, in the end, there's going to be a shadow of darkness to come right behind it. So yeah, a lot more self-awareness and moderation needs to be took into consideration, but I will admit, it is pretty terrible how everybody is taking these clips out of context, so much so to a point that even Adin Ross's boss saw one of his clips out of context.
There's a clip, if you guys want to talk about, there's a clip on Twitter that's been ongoing on all these blog places of basically something I said about offending some type of group of people. And I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for absolutely nothing. Okay? I'm Adin Ross, and Adin Ross is going to say what the he says.
Yo, Adin, if you're watching this, brother, I would argue that you have the You're too scared to lead a group of kids younger than you. You're given to what they think of you. The fact that I can stay with my decisions, stay with my principles and how I feel, no matter the hate I get from both sides, I can usually pander to your community and say fuck the other side. They'd be a great asset. To have your entire fucking chat love me would be a great asset for me. But I don't do that because I'm not someone that's going to give in to my own because I want to be approved by a bunch of kids that don't give a fuck if tomorrow I lose everything. You understand? And not to mention, you would be 6 times your size if you put your foot down and you led your community instead of being led by them. What you did right there about saying, oh, I apologize for nothing. That wasn't you. I know who you are off stream. That wasn't you. That was literally the insecure you that's pandering to a bunch of kids and is fearful of what those kids might think of him if he apologized. You're scared of what kids will think of you because you'll look like a to kids. Who fucking cares? If you're a leader and you're truly confident and successful, you don't give a fuck what a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds think about you.
Everyone wants to only look at the joke in the beginning of Adin Ross's apology, but they're not actually talking about or posting the actual apology itself when he's dead pointing out that he's not trying to come at the trans community as a whole. So this narrative about Adin being transphobic is being spun around and it's making him look like so much so that even Trainwrecks TV would also make a response to Adin's apology. Granted, it was only the joke part of the apology and not the actual part when Adin does end up clarifying his portion of everything. I will admit, He doesn't say anything along the lines of, I'm sorry to a specific group of people, but he does tell us what was actually going on from his perspective. Trainwrecks would even know that Adin is joking. In a way, he's just very monotone and also is just very dark and edgy with whatever he's saying. At least that's the conclusion you can really come to with everything that's happened. Adin Ross just needs to be a lot more careful, even if he is on kick and even if he's trying to spread a message. Even when trying to deter people from being hateful individuals, Adin needs to pay more attention and have a lot more self-awareness and realize that even when doing the right thing, even when being the good guy, evil things can come right out of it.